Thanks once again for dropping by the channel. If you like the content, if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe, share the video if you feel it was useful, if you enjoyed it, if you thought it was going to use, and let's get into this. So, this weekend, we have Kell Brook's return, card in Sheffield, and I'm indifferent. You know, it's there, but there's not a one fight that even remotely interests me. There's just none. It's been called one of the weakest cards Matchroom put on in a while. I can't disagree. When I look at the card in a nutshell, you'll see on screen, just there, literally just there. A box rec, they don't put the card on, you know, based upon how the fight goes on, as in terms of like main event and anything like that. Because the main event here listed is Kid Galahad versus Claudio Marrero. All right, Kid Galahad. I've never really been I think he's a decent fighter, but he's just not exactly the most fan-friendly style, it has to be said. Kell Brook versus Mark DeLuca. Mark DeLuca is going to be a hell of a lot bigger than Kell Brook, very physical fighter. I'm more interested to see how Kell Brook looks. You know, we don't know why he was out of the ring as long as he was. I've heard several theories, which I'm not going to get into. You know, I've heard theories of some pretty good sources, but I'm not going to get into them on that because I can end up getting in a lot of trouble. So, Kell Brook would be interesting to see how he looks out of the ring. Next on the card, we have Terry Harper. Oh, it's a woman's fight, okay. Terry Harper versus Eva Wellstrom. Is she any use, this Terry Harper? She's not bad. She's not bad looking woman. So let's see who else we have on this card. Just box rec, have a picture up, that's why. We've got Martin J. Ward, European level fighter against Jesus and Hearn. Never heard of the guy. Martin J. Ward, he's okay. He's a decent European level fighter. Anthony Thompson versus Stuart Burt. Never heard of these guys. Dave Allen against Dorian Dart. Probably they've done a video on that already. Should have been uploaded before this one. Jonathan Dockery against, not going to pronounce that guy's name, Dante Dixon, not going to pronounce his name, and the last guy, Callum Beardo against, not going to pronounce the guy's name. So, really, really, really weak card. You know, yeah, it seems like the quality of the UK cards under Matchroom have steadily been declining. You know, and I think that's fair to say. Like, if I look back at some of the cards that have been put on, you know, in the UK, not talk about the DAZN cards over in the States where we've had UK fights, but if I just look at the UK in general, okay, that are not pay-per-view anyway. Like, let's look at the Manchester show that happened back in November. Okay, so we had Katie Taylor fight on that card. That I didn't watch that fight. We'd Felix Cash versus Jack Cullen. That was a decent little scrap, to be fair. I remember that. We had that Terry Harper girl actually on it. She won a points decision. So it was a recurring theme. We had Anthony Crawler in his farewell fight. Yeah, remember that. Martin Bacoli, guys like that. So that wasn't a particularly strong card, it has to be said. And that was just a standard Sky card. Let's go back further. Let's look at the UK in October. We had Ritson versus Davis Jr. This was in Newcastle, was on standard Sky. Ted Cheeseman versus Scott Fitzgerald. That was a decent little scrap, to be fair. Kieran Conway. Again, not exactly strong cards. They're not woeful. I've seen worse. But let's just go and let's compare that to a DAZN card. Okay, now I'm not going to use... Well, I use the most recent. I'm not going to use the most recent one. Okay, because that's fresh in the mind. So let's look back at one that happened in November. Oh, that was actually the KSI Logan Paul actually card, believe it or not. Okay, so yeah, Billy Joe Saunders, Devin Haney, just to name a few. Even if you look back at last week's card, the one that was in, you know, where was it again? Where was it? It was in Miami. Even if you look back at that, like, okay, fair enough. Luke Keeler versus Demetrius Andre was not a good fight. But Tevin Farmer, Joseph Diaz, decent fight. Daniel Roman against the guy he beat, decent fight. Anthony Sims got upset. So it seems to me that the cards that are going on in the States on the Matchroom DAZN, a hell of a lot better cards, it has to be said, than what's been going on in the UK as of late. if I look back at last year, and I'm not looking at the pay-per-view cards necessarily. Pay-per-view, you expect, slightly better cards. If I look at just standard Sky, the last card I remember that was put on just normal Sky that was somewhat useful, probably Amir Khan when he fought Vargas, and that was back in September 2018. And I watched pretty much, I think I probably did watch all cards that were on. I don't count Next Gen in that, by the way. Obviously I watched the Next Gen shows, but not counting them as full-blown Matchroom shows. So it's a weird one now, it has to be said. So very weak, and yeah, it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate because I like the standard Sky because they're on good time for us, but this card that's happening this weekend, I mean, boy, fuck me, that's poor. No, it is a poor card. There's no two ways about it. Let me know, will you be watching it? Will you be watching it, via Sky, or will you find a stream somewhere? Let me know down below what you think. Let me know what you think about the card in general. Let me know what you think what Sky are going to do about boxing. Are they going to just get the zone in? Or are they going to stick with Matchroom? Because if the UK, because they're trying to build UK talent, they're not worried about Demetrius Andre or Danny Jacobs or guys over in the States. They're worried about what's happening with Sky fighters they're trying to build up. Let me know, do you think that Sky are going to start asking questions about these cards? Let me know down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe of course if you are new, and as always, I will talk to you after.